must get rid of fossil fuels as quickly as possible, but there are many ways to do it. Biomass is a quick and easily accessible solution, and it has the advantage that it can be easily stored, contrary to solar or wind energy. But if we intend to use large amounts of biomass, it will create a lot of problems. Biomass can only be called a renewable energy source to the extent we allow new biomass to grow in the same rate as we use the existing biomass, whether it is wood, grass, or other kinds of biological material. The term biomass refers to all kinds of biological material from plants and animals. Biological material consists of carbon compounds. It can burn if conditions are dry enough and the temperature is high enough. Dead biological material can also decay, and if it happens where there is no oxygen, it will form flammable methane, which is a strong greenhouse gas. When we talk about biomass for energy production, it is usually wood, straw, or other types of plant material, such as willow, cultivated for energy purposes. It can also come from livestock manure, especially from pigs, which are produced in very large numbers in Denmark. Wood is already widely used for heating in homes in wood stoves. But it is also increasingly used in both small and large district heating plants and combined heat and power or CHP plants. The Harbor CHP plant is an example of a small plant where wood chips are gasified before being burned, producing both electricity and heat. The plant is from the outset designed to use biomass. Herning CHP plant is an example of a large, originally coal-fired power plant, which was converted to use wood as a primary fuel. In Denmark, wood chips come from wood waste from industrial forestry, for example, spruce. But more and more wood is imported to meet the rising demand. If we just let the consumption of biomass run wild, the forest will disappear, or the diverse forests will be totally replaced by energy crops and industrial forestry. This will not solve the climate problem, as a lot of CO2 is emitted when burning biomass. When you cut down and burn a tree while planting a new one, it takes perhaps 30 years before the CO2 that was emitted burning the wood is reabsorbed in the new tree. If you just burn wood without planting new trees, it is of course even worse. If we burn large amounts of straw and biogas based on manure from pigs, it becomes very difficult to convert the industrial agriculture into a more environmentally acceptable production. It will also become hard to cut down on the excessive amount of livestock. It is not just CO2 that causes climate change. Both methane from livestock and nitrous oxide from fertilizers are strong greenhouse gases. Biomass is also a very inefficient form of energy. In fact, it would take 1.3 times the total land area of Denmark if we are to supply the whole of Denmark with energy from biomass. If the intention is to make biomass into ethanol, 3.6 times the size of Denmark would be needed. In comparison, to cover Denmark's total energy consumption from solar cells would only take up 5.5% of Denmark's area. That does not mean that we cannot use biomass at all, but it must be used wisely. This means that we must use it as little as possible and as efficiently as possible. Otherwise, we risk harming both nature and the climate as much as we do now with fossil fuels.